I'm Pam Voth and I'm back with Block 9 of the Spectrum Quilt-Along on QUILTsocial. I'm completing my blocks with fabric from the delightful collection by Riley Blake. This particular block, I created the diamond design in the center first by attaching triangles to the edges of the center block. And then the outer square was created by carefully matching the triangles from the first set of flying geese. So this is the flying geese from the first set, and then I matched to create this square in the center. And then basically what I did was I created the corners, all four corners, which were basically half square triangles and 2.5-inch blocks. So they were created next. And then I sewed the centers together, the pieces together, the flying geese together. And then, so I assembled this row, then this, and then this. Just carefully using my 5-stitch rule to try to match as carefully as I could. I chose to match, like use the darker here and in the center, and I chose to bring out these colors by matching here. So in the end, I was really pleased with the results, and I'm now starting to think about how I'm going to finish my quilt. I don't have a long arm quilting machine, and it's often costly to send your quilt away to be finished. So I often use the quilt as you go method for completing a quilt. And this one has been done. I did this on my machine. And so I looked at the geometric. So basically I put the background on, which matches this block, but this will be the background for all of the quilts. And basically what I did was I stitched around the box, then I stitched around the next box, then I stitched around the next box, and I started by sort of setting everything by doing this box, and then in the end I stitched around the outside like so. So my goal always is to not pick up the thread, like to cut the thread as little as possible when I'm stitching. So that's what I'm going to be doing with everything. And this is a great opportunity for a beginning quilter. Don't be afraid to give it a try. Nothing's perfect, but I basically did a stitch in the ditch way of doing it. So, you know, you just do your best. And you know that when you put all the blocks together, and I'll be putting them together with sashing, and then I'll do a binding around the entire thing. But your confidence builds as you go, and starting with quilt blocks that have a lot of straight lines like these ones is a really good place to begin. You don't have to worry about curves or circles or shapes. So, and in the upcoming blog, I will video block 10. I'll show you some of my stitch in the ditch and how I go about it. So stay tuned for block 10. So please continue to connect with me and share your version of block 9 by posting it at #TheSewGoesOn. And be sure to check out my version of Spectrum Quilt-Along blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.